So I'm here today to share with you my new craft room. Well, it's not new. Nothing in my house is new. I live in a house that was built in 1920, and I am a fan of restoring and repainting and reusing and not buying new stuff. So let's get started over here. So this is all of my albums. They all have a lovely dedicated bookcase. This is used to be the closet in our house, but obviously, like, you can't hang clothes. So we put in shelving for scrapbooks. There are some scrapbooks over here, along with my traveler's notebooks that are in process. So these aren't finished yet. And as we go around here, this is the dog area. I have puppies. Come here, Fitz. Come here. Come here. Say hello. So this is Fitz. So I have Fitz and Cooper. And if I'm in here, they're in here. And so you want your toy back now. So they have their own little area. This is an old vintage suitcase that I decoupaged when I was 15. So like 25 years ago. And so we just filled it with some old pillows, and the dogs can lay in here and play. Over here is the radiator. Now this is how it is for the summer. This is not how it will be in the winter because obviously the radiator will be hot. I have my wood block stamps, and I have my border maker. You'll also see decor throughout my room. All these little pumpkins were made by my sister Melanie, who is actually filming this. She's actually in a lot of this room because this is what she does, and she's amazing. On Instagram, you can find her at Melly Art Creations, and she makes the most adorable little paper things. So this is border punches, stamps, and then these little containers are from a Cherry on Top. I will be sure to link some of the products below because a Cherry on Top helped me decorate some of my room. So we're going to give them some credit. So I have two of these little containers that hold stamps and my border maker. And these are from a Cherry on Top as well. They're a little chicken wire. And if you've ever sent me a card, you will find it here. And if you ever send me a card in the future, you will find it here. My goal is maybe at some point I'll have enough cards and tags and things that I can fill it up and then kind of rotate them out. Over here, this is an old antique metal, like a typing table, and I just have my 6x6 notepads in there. This is my Rascog. My Rascog holds things like my planner, all of my Distress Oxide inks, my watercolors, my imposter paints, all of my embossing powders, adhesive refills are on the bottom, my apron, because, you know, I'm messy, so I need an apron. Over here we have my paper tower. This was an anniversary gift from my husband a couple of years ago. It's made of solid wood. I got it at Scrap and Cube, and it's fabulous, and I love it. There's actually 4 cubes here, so you can reconfigure them. This is where I store all of my paper and collections. So just to give you an idea of how I store my stuff, I have these little bags in here, and when you pull them out, here's a whole collection. Stickers, 6x6 paper pads, all of it coordinated together, and then when I get to a point where I have no more 12x12 papers,
She gives it to me.
like Melanie said, I either give it to her or sometimes I put it back into my stash in other parts of the room. And up here we have my big kick. These are some beautiful fans from my Mind's Eye. They are not made to be permanent, but I totally made them permanent, and they won't come off the wall now. So all my shimmers and mists are here. All of my shimmers, my little pots of paint that I love are here. These are my stamps in these 2 containers. I still have a little bit of room left. So in here is collections and things that I want to try to use up. So these are products I want to try to put into How to Kill a Kids. All of my Wild Whisper products are in here because they're the company I designed for that does like the 12x12 papers, the full collections, and I tend to want to keep them all together. So there's that. Over here, okay, so I didn't clean. I wanted you to see that I do in fact make messes sometimes. These are all of the current releases from Spiegel Mom Scraps. This is where I keep my most current sets of sequins. And then we have this punch bowl. I guess maybe it's not a punch bowl, maybe it's a salad bowl. I don't know. It's a big bowl. And this has all of my sequins in it. Of course, I give away sequins often, which my sister will testify to. This little wooden container has my roller date stamps and some of my most used acrylic blocks. And then up here we have more of my sister's artwork and some of my artwork. Eventually, at some point, as I create wall decor, I want to kind of fill this part in a little bit more with some smaller items, but for now, that's what we have. And then the little cork board, which I find most useful during school. During a school year with my youngest, well, this year my youngest son, but so right now it's not really in use too much. But.
And her little things. Oh, look how cute.
Well, she bought those for me.
I know, that's why I wasn't doing.
And I put them there. Yeah, because I put them there.
Because they're pretty.
Yeah, because I also put them there because they're perfect and I love them. So. This is my table. I just use a folding table, and the reason I don't have a more stationary desk, this is also just a folding table, but the reason I don't have a more stationary desk is because I want to be able to move my tables around and have people come and scrapbook with me if they want. So we have a lot of big open floor space that I can fill in with more tables if I have people coming over, and these tables are not super heavy and they can be moved easily. I have my little IKEA things. There is a couple of things under here. Now, nothing under here is usable, like stuff that I'm going to grab a lot, except for in this over here. So this holds the ugly stuff, like paper towels and baby wipes. So stuff that's ugly, I toss it in that bin. And then these are my two 31 storage containers. I just got this. This is the coolest thing ever. All of my loose stickers that don't go with collections fit in there. And then this is the unorganized mishmash of stuff. So when I'm looking for just the right embellishment or just the right little something on a layout, I pick this up and I flick through it, and there's just lots of fun little goodies in there to find. Over here, we have, this is just a utility storage shelving unit from Lowe's, but so it's not like the prettiest thing ever, but it's open storage and it holds tons of stuff. So the top of it has all of my cards that are made that I haven't sent yet. So I try to send them. I try to keep them here so that I can pull and send as needed. This is my cardstock, all my cardstock. So this is the extent of how much cardstock I have. Colored cardstock and white cardstock and black cardstock, all of it. This is it. This is it. This is the only cardstock I keep. All my hot press watercolor paper that I use quite often is in here. But yeah, that's it. That's all the cardstock. Down here we have my silhouette, and then my laptop is up under here too, so I can just pull it out and put it on my desk and they will connect and cut. Down here is my typewriter and my sewing machine, which are now like out and available and will get used so much more than before. And then down below and up above are just iris containers and things like that. Nothing beautiful or fancy. So this shelving unit right here, the bottom has my hand stitching things. And then this other basket has an older collection, those older Creative Memories shape cutter thingies. All of my dies, my metal dies, my embossing folders, those are in here. Punches are in here. And then this one at the top that folds open, this are my Nuvo pens and my Tombow pens and my color pencils and my watercolor pencils and all my brushes and my life-changing brushes and all of that. So that's about it. Then I have cute little bits and bobs hanging around. Like I have, this is an old thing from a pie shop. And this is really neat twine. I'll never run out of twine for sure. And then over here is my sister's pumpkins everywhere. She also made this. I have a couple more pumpkins over here and some gifts from my friend Christina who bought me that at a scrapbook expo, and I love it, and I'm so glad I can have it like open now or out and about. And then my little chip mug.
The little thing is hidden.
What little thing's hidden?
The little thing I made you, that I made and you said you had to have.
This one?
Yeah, it's hidden.
The frame broke.
We need a new one.
Yeah, I'll need a new frame for it. And then it can be hung up. And so yeah, that's it. That's my room. I hope that you like it. It's very neat. So it's kind of eclectic and you know, I'm very much
Simple.
Simple. It's very simple, but that's me too. I am simple and minimal, and I like things to just be easy. And I would rather shop from around my house and go buy new stuff. So that's what I did. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye.